Chantel Ray started out with an entry-level job making $9 an hour. Well, today she owns a multi-million-dollar real estate business. She's living her dream and well on her way to her ultimate goal, giving away 90% of her income.
Chantel Ray is the name behind a multi-million-dollar real estate company. To date, she has 130 employees and 5 locations.
Every year we've grown by at least 40% or more.
Years ago, Chantel was struggling with an entry-level job and a meager salary. Her definition of success then was having enough food and a roof over her head.
I was making $9 an hour, 20 hours a week. I was barely able to buy groceries. I had a really hard time paying rent. So I was using my credit card for gas, using my credit card for groceries because I just didn't have the money.
After several years of making only minimum payments, Chantel maxed out her card and was $10,000 in debt.
The worst part was when I went to the grocery store and my credit card got denied because I didn't have any more money left on my credit card. And that's when I thought, great, now I can't even buy food.
During this time, Chantel heard a message on tithing. She was desperate enough to give it a try.
I didn't have a lot of faith at that time, but I just knew that God was saying, okay, I want you to trust me. And I was like, the most I could possibly have is $30 in the account. So I wrote a check for $30. I was like the widow with the 2 mites. I literally gave everything I had in my account at that time.
1 week later, Chantel received a $300 refund check from her utility company. She continued to tithe faithfully and received another financial breakthrough. Her aunt paid off her $10,000 credit card debt.
My aunt just called me and was like, listen, I just decided I want to pay off your credit card. And I was like, what? Just kind of bouncing up and down. And I was like, oh my gosh, you did provide for me.
Soon after, she was listening to a podcast about giving away 90%. Chantel felt God telling her to do the same.
I'm like, what? You want me to give 90%? I just started at 10.
But Chantel knew she could trust God with her money.
And so I decided to give 3% of my income extra over and above the 10%. And my goal was by the time I'm 54 years old, I'll give 90% of my income away.
And 2 years after that, she felt God leading her to launch a career in real estate and saw another dramatic increase in her income.
I sold more houses my first year in real estate than any other first-year person. As I was faithful, he was faithful as well.
Chantel married Ryan, and together they have 2 children. She loves teaching their son Kyle about giving by showing him how much to give God from his $10 allowance.
One of those dollars you're going to give back to God. One of them you're going to save. And then the rest of them you can choose to save, you can choose to give more, or you can choose to spend the rest.
The reason I like giving my allowances because then I can help other people.
The rest of Chantel's success story can be read in the bottom line of her own real estate company, and she's quick to give God all the credit.
It's about your heart. What you sow is what you reap, and God is very faithful. When he says, trust me in this, as you give, I will give back to you. I'm a perfect example of him being true to his promises.
His promises are true, but what they require is for us to, number one, obey, and that obedience always comes from trust. Here it is from Proverbs chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Chantel said, okay, I'll trust you. And here she is. She's got $30 in her bank account, and she says, well, I can write a $30 check, no, it'll clear. And it starts a cycle with her, and it's amazing. God will honor his word. He watches over it to perform it. All you have to do is trust him. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and when you put him first, that's when the blessings come.